恋をもすよ歴はただやでもで起伏せよ燃え尽きろ血の戦いと過去と見つらさめ外側の中で宿る風叫び声ひがくねどいかすはそのには引き連れ前の強く低く羽ばく戦場の花出せるとい嵐の鼓動が鳴り響く変わらぬ夜を日に咲いて鋼をどく強くので舞い上がれ敵は蹴散らす覚悟今我らを強く高く羽ばたく戦場の花運命よ咲き輝くことの
What is going on, Misfit Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the Misfit Wrestling Podcast. And out of nowhere, my Chive chat decided to show up. I'm going to get rid of that here. They had to wait. I wasn't even prepared for all of that now, but welcome. I'm sorry for the long wait. I don't know what happened. I had to, for some reason, my background went away and I had to go get a new one. So we're working with this here, if you can see it. This X thing, whatever. Anyway. I'm Matt the Misfit. This is the Misfit Wrestling Podcast. This is your Monday Night Raw review for November the 25th, 2024, the final Raw before Survivor Series. And probably, I don't know, this is just a lot of weird things that happened on the show. A lot of stuff happened on Raw, which I'm going to talk about. Some very good stuff on the show. And some not so good decisions on the show as well. But, obviously, new background. So I'm not even gonna worry about the live chat thing. I'm not even gonna bring that up again because I've already moved my camera. So, why even bother? So yeah, I apologize for not being able to do a pile driver pulse this weekend. I've kind of had a mind grade this weekend here. My plan was to do one this weekend, but I didn't. I did watch Full Gear. Unfortunately, I regret it so much. But we're not here to talk about Full Gear. We are here to talk about Monday Night Raw. Should I point out the 1 year anniversary, by the way, of the return of CM Punk WWE. That happened not on this show. He wasn't on the show, which is weird that CM Punk, WWE kind of celebrated 1 year of his return. Earlier today, they uploaded a video behind the scenes stuff here, which I thought was pretty cool. But no CM Punk on the show is very weird on the 1 year anniversary. But before we talk about that, I want to get in some plugs here. Pile Driver Polls on Twitter, Misfit Wrestling Pod on Instagram, right here on youtube.com/@MisfitWrestlingPodcast. We're going to try to get some more audio clips here. I'm probably going to try to get Monday Night Raw up on Spotify, Audible, Amazon, Pandora, and iHeartRadio. I want to put... I'm behind on SmackDown, too. I got to put that up as well. I'll probably put up SmackDown tonight, and then... or tomorrow, and then probably rearrange the numbers of them. I'll find that out. I'll figure it out. Yeah. Again, I apologize for the wait. Some weird things here. Put on subscriber mode because there are some weird ass people on the internet that like on SmackDown, that weird thing that went on the chat there. But yeah. So we got some news. Pre-WWE. Actually, two news things. One of them kind of was, I don't know why they did it before the show, but then they showed it anyways on the show. However, Pentagon. We got an update on Pénta coming from Fightful Select earlier today. So about his contract, and here is what the good folks at Fightful Select. By the way, I want to give a good shout out to Denise Salcedo of formerly after her review with Sean Ross Sapp over on Fightful. Will be formerly a member of Fightful, but yeah. Good luck to Denise Salcedo. She is a treat to watch. She will forever be our step host. If you guys know the joke on that, it's a legendary joke, and I just love the fact that she figured out what that meant or found out what that meant and went with it. So yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. But back to the Pénta story here. Fightful. Sean Ross Sapp put up a report earlier saying, and I quote, Pénta's presence isn't with AEW for much longer. Earlier this summer, Fightful revealed that Pénta and Rey Fénix's deal, the AEW deals would be up in the fall, barring injury time being added. We've learned, and as we have learned, injury time was added to Rey Fénix, perhaps in part to AEW learning that there was communications between WWE and the Lucha Bros. However, Pénta's deal is coming up soon. Fightful Select has learned that word within AEW is that Pénta's deal will be up next week, and he'll effectively become a free agent, barring some unforeseen changes like Tony Khan being a fucking petty piece of shit. He is expected to have interest from WWE, obviously, because he was talking to them. Although nobody in official capacity there has ever mentioned him to Fightful, there are already indie companies looking to book him in high-profile matches should he become available. So Pénta's obviously going to be coming into WWE. It's just a matter of when, not if. So that should be an interesting set of things. There was some other stuff that happened this morning on Fightful's page, if I can find it here. Fightful had something else about I want to say WWE related. If I can find it. Let me see if I can find it here. Yes. So apparently, WWE talent, I guess. Actually, I'll keep the WWE talent frustrated with comp tickets policy for the Pile Driver Pulse. I don't want to spend too much time on that stuff there. So If I don't see anything in the chat, I do apologize because I have to have everything set up for all this stuff here. So yeah, but Pénta is obviously coming into WWE. Hopefully nothing happens when it comes to stuff. I don't know. We'll see when it comes to that. But yeah. Also, Vanessa Hudgens was at WWE Raw tonight. Congrats, she's awesome. So happy to hear there. Hopefully, no fucking idiots on social media who decided to get her to go off the Twitter machine or even social media as a whole. Which the fucking sucks that they did that, but yeah, nice to see Miss Vanessa Hudgens do some stuff there. So, oh no, some unfortunate news here. Layla, who was originally supposed to be at WrestleCade this weekend, not this weekend, or is it this week? Yeah, no, this weekend, unfortunately had to cancel. Wait a second. Okay, so Layla just tweeted out, not even while actually this is breaking while on the air, not on the news. She said, "Unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond my control, I cannot attend WrestleCade this year. I have family commitments that I need to be there for. I sincerely apologize to all my amazing fans who were looking forward to seeing me. I love you all, and I will see you soon." So that does suck for the people going to WrestleCade this year. So Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So I'm going to see if my friend who's supposed to be going to WrestleCade, by the way, Jason Ingram, he's going to go meet WWE Hall of Famer Bruno Sammartino. Bruno's dead. Bull Nakano, the other. There's a lot of B's in Hall of Fame. So there's that. WWE's already putting out predictions for Raw and stuff there. But yeah. So one of the things that was announced prior to Monday Night Raw, we're going to talk about it right now because, they didn't really spend a lot of time on it. So before the show, they, for some reason, decided they should have done this live on the air. I don't know why they didn't, but I mean like the actual presentation on the air, not like film it and then put it on the show. But they did a presentation. So as we know, SmackDown is getting a Women's United States Championship title, and what was I saying here? I lost my train of thought there for a second. That tends to happen. So as I was saying, they're getting their United States Championship tournament going. Obviously, we got Michin and oh my God, who's the other one? Who? See, this is gonna get on my nerves here. WWE Women's United States. Let me hang on a second. I need to. This is good. This is gonna get on my nerves if I don't think about it here. Give me a second. Give me a second here. Okay, so it's Michin, Piper Niven, and originally was supposed to be Jay Cargill, but obviously Jay is supposedly injured. We don't know how much injured that's going to be. We're going to find out her Well, I know who her replacement is, but I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. And then obviously, I don't know when they're going to do the other match, but it's going to be Naomi, Tiffany Stratton, and Elektra Lopez. Probably next. Actually, no. I think it's supposed to be nope. That match is going to take place on next Friday, actually. And then the semifinals I'm assuming are going to take place either December 6th or I think the semifinals are either going to take place that night or that Friday. Because obviously the winner is going to be facing face the winners of the winners of the semifinals are obviously going to take place in the finals of the tournament on December the 14th at Saturday night's main event. Also, by the way, speaking of Saturday night's main event, and I'll bring this up now, it was confirmed Kevin Owens is going to challenge Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship, and I'll actually talk about that in a little bit here. Maybe at the end of the show. Maybe I'm on a SmackDown review. I'll let you guys know. But back to this thing. So Adam Pearce announced that, well, we're going to have an Intercontinental Women's title. And obviously, if you got to put two and two together, I already knew that there wasn't going to be a cross-banded championship between Raw and SmackDown for the women mid-card division there. There's really no reason for there to be one. It would kind of be pointless, in my opinion, to do that. I mean, not really pointless. I know I could see people's concerns saying there's not enough depth and stuff. If the rumors are true that they're both Raw and SmackDown are going to go to 3 hours when Raw moves to Netflix in January, then you're going to be calling up a lot of people from NXT. I don't know who is going to get called up from NXT, but I think there's going to be some big call-ups I mean, I can absolutely see them calling up Roxanne, and then Roxanne drop the NXT Women's Championship on NXT TV. I wouldn't do that, unfortunately, but I just have the feeling they're going to do that. Yeah, I kind of saw this coming. My prediction for early prediction to win the women's North American Championship, the women's Intercontinental Championship, is none other than right now it's Dakota Kai is my early pick to win it. That or given that this is Triple H and part of me thinks they're going to give Io this only because they don't want to put the title on her right now, the title on her, because they, for some reason, have this weird obsession with doing this Rhea Liv Morgan match, possibly. I wouldn't do that. I would still have just Rhea win the championship back before WrestleMania, and then you do Rhea and Io. But the top three names that I have is Dakota Kai, Kairi Sane, and Bianca Belair. So, and not Bianca Belair. Lyra Valkyria. I don't know why. Oh God. Oh man. I don't know why I said Bianca Belair just now. Oh, good Lord. It's been a long week. It's been a long weekend. Okay. Got me some plaque. As I get me some drink. It's a sip of my water there. All right. By the way, I want to know if you guys ever buy these things. Not this water. This water is pretty good though. But have you ever bought those like pop-up Freezy Pop things? Like it's a thing with the bear on it. It's like icy stuff. It's like a polar bear on it or something. I know. I've gotten like a few of those, and they're actually for some reason they actually taste way better than I thought they. Like, I used to love those when I was a kid, so I'm like, why not? You know, we're all a kid at some point, and still at some point of our life, so. Yeah. I don't know why I talked about that. That was just random there. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen with these two mid-card titles. I'll give it a chance. My thing is, and I tweeted this out, and I gave it to one of my friends here, and I simply said, if I can find the tweet, I simply said this quickly. If WWE is thinking about vacating the women's tag team titles, because that's apparently thought going around, and depending on how long Jay's going to be, then I said then they should seriously consider that it's time to throw those damn titles in the fucking dumpster and set it on fire. They don't need, I don't know why it said they don't need the women's tag team titles anymore. They really don't. If we're going to introduce mid-card titles, you don't need a tag team title, right? I mean, look at, and I know I saw a lot of people saying, well, you know, they need more women. I'm like, yes, it can work. NXT has 2 women's titles on the same show. They got enough. There's enough people on all 3 rosters. You just got to bring stuff up here. And right now, look at the depth of the Raw women's division right now, right? Actually, you know, I can bring because I actually got the my own like little thing here, which is the Google Sheets is what I got here. Here's who we got on the Raw side of things, and I almost clicked off the thing here. So we got Rhea Ripley, we got Becky Lynch. She will be back. She is still on the Raw roster. Liv Morgan, obviously the women's champion. Io Sky, Kairi Sane, Asuka, who's currently out with an injury, who is going to be back hopefully before WrestleMania. Dakota Kai, who just came back. Alba Fire, Isla Dawn. I tried to say Alba Fire and Isla Dawn's first name at the same time, and I don't know why that came out. Lyra Valkyria, Kiana James, who is currently out with a leg injury. Don't know when she's going to be back. Kaden Carter, Katana Chance, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, Natalia, Nikki Cross, who's a part of the Wyatt Six. I don't see her doing very much wrestling wise. I mean, Nikki Cross was on the show tonight, but we'll talk about that. How kind of underwhelmed I was. That might have been the first underwhelming Wyatt Six segment I've seen during this whole thing here. We'll talk about it. Sonya Deville, who shouldn't be in the ring. Raquel Rodriguez, who also shouldn't be in the ring. And Scarlett, who doesn't really wrestle very much. So that is 21 names on the Raw women's division. You go over to SmackDown here. SmackDown. And this is the thing I have to explain to people here, which doesn't, and I don't get it with these people, right? Like the people who say, "Oh, well, there's not enough women on Raw." You know, I've seen it, right? I've seen people say this, right? And I said, "What? There's only 13 women on the SmackDown roster, right? 13. You got Bianca Belair, you got Bayley, you got Nia Jax, the women's champion, you got Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, Blair Davenport, Candice LeRae, B-Fab, and Elektra Lopez. Now, unless I'm missing a name, I'm not considering Jakar Jackson and Lash Legend as SmackDown wrestlers because they are not officially called up yet. But Raw right now, Raw has the more depth when it comes to women's division. They can afford having, especially if Rhea and Liv is going to be the main program. You have everyone else vying for that championship. You can have Kairi going after it. You can have Asuka going after it when she comes back. You can have Dakota Kai going after it. You can have Isla Dawn, Alba Fire, Zelina Vega, Lyra Valkyria, like I mentioned, Nikki Cross. You know, people like that can go after that. And then we got the NXT Women's Division. The NXT Women's Division right now, you have Roxanne Perez, who's going to be coming up very, very soon. As soon as she drops that NXT Women's title, she's coming up to the main roster. You got Julia, which I wouldn't expect Julia coming up to the main roster until, I want to say, WrestleMania time. Gigi Dolan, who just came back from injury. I'm not counting Meiko Satomura because she's going to retire in April. You got JC Jane. You got, unfortunately, Cora Jade. You got Tatum Paxley, who I think is going after the new Women's North American champion. Nikita Lyons, Wendy Chu. I don't know why I have Lyra Valkyria still listed here. I gotta fix that. Fallon Henley, like I said, the North American champion. Thea Hale, Valentina Ferrazzo. I don't know if she's actually on television or not. I got Lash Legend. We have Stevie Turner, who isn't really doing much as a wrestler, but she is there. Sloane Jacobs. I don't know who that is. Let me see. Who is that? Oh yeah. She's around. I know who that is. Sol Ruka, who I think could be great on the main roster. Ariana Grace would be funny. Have her do some backstage skits with R-Truth would be hilarious. We have Stephanie Vikita, Zadia, who those two shouldn't be on the main roster anytime soon. Kalani Jordan, who I think probably will get called up before 2020. Before I think she'll be one of those call-ups. Rosemary, I have Rosemary listed here. I'm not going to count her. Jordan Grace, I do count her. Though I think she's going to be getting called up to the main roster. I think she's going to actually skip NXT. I mean, they don't really need her on NXT. So yeah, I mean that's what I'm thinking, anyways. But yeah. But I think SmackDown needs the depth more than Raw does. Raw has around what did I say it was? Around 22 people. 22 people. Technically it's 21 because Becky's not around. But she's still on the roster. She just coming back. So yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what it does here. I'm just hoping I'm just glad that the women have something else to fight for now, because this is the one thing I didn't like about the women's tag team titles. Is you just shoved people together. There are some tag teams on the main roster that make sense, like the Sky Pirates, like Kabuki Warriors. That makes sense. At first I wasn't really sure about the Chelsea Green, Piper Niven stuff, but that's working, so that's fine. Isla on Alba Fire, I guess that makes sense, right? But I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, we'll see, and we'll see what happens there when it comes to that. Let's go on to Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw took place in the Desert Diamond Arena, Glensdale, Arizona. I believe this was, I want to say, no. It wasn't I can't remember the last time they were here, but this is one of the final stretches before WarGames. We have the World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther, make his way down to the ring to address his opponent, Damian Priest. Says that, so they were talking about their physical altercation backstage last week, and Gunther's change of behavior since losing to Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel. Before Gunther can say anything, Priest's music hits. He makes his way out of the ring. Tells Gunther tells Gunther not to let him interrupt him, and tells him that to let him know, him and the world know rather, that he'll do to him at Survivor Series, do whatever it is at Survivor Series, or what he says what he's going to do to him at Survivor Series rather. Gunther doesn't respond. Priest then says, everyone, including the two of them, that Gunther isn't the same person as he was prior to his loss to Cody Rhodes. Says Gunther used to have an aura to him in the ring, and wasn't afraid to say what was on his mind. Then Gunther says he hasn't had to deal with a problem like him in his life. Ooh, that prompted a change in behavior. Priest offers Gunther the opportunity to speak once again. Gunther holds up the microphone, opts not to say anything. Instead, clocks Priest with the microphone about twice, rains some right hands down onto Priest, clears the announce table, but Priest gains the upper hand onto Gunther, sending Gunther crashing in through the announcer's desk with the razor's edge, grabs the World Heavyweight Championship and holds it over his head. I should tell you everything right there. Gunther is retaining the championship on Saturday. I'll do my early predictions here, and then I'm going to do my and whether or not anything happens from now until Saturday, till Friday. I will probably have a different predictions. So I'll keep my predictions tonight, and we'll see what happens. American-made LWO Tornado Tag Match. This was a lot of fun, though. Obviously, the Creed Brothers is great. Rey Mysterio is a legend, obviously a Hall of Famer, and Dragon Lee is fantastic. So yeah, this was great here. At one point, Rey looks to roll up Julius. Julius stays standing. Dragon Lee levels Brodus on with the Hurricane Runner off the apron on the outside. As Rey sends Julius crashing into the ropes with one of his own. Obviously, the Hurricane Runner to set up the 619. Julius sees Rey coming, levels him with a clothesline. They go to a commercial break. Julius, this is coming back from commercial. Julius sends Rey crashing into the mat and lands a right hand onto Dragon Lee, sends him crashing off the apron onto the floor. Julius then sends to the top rope, delivers a 450 splash to Rey Mysterio, which was very fucking impressive, by the way. A man of his size to do that. I'm not surprised, but Brutus did is impressive as well. Obviously, so they go for a pin. Dragon Lee was able to break up the pinfall. Dragon Lee then lands a drop kick onto Brodus in the corner. And a kick off the top rather, from the apron. Then it's tornado DDT onto Julius. Goes for the pin. Brodus then breaks up the pinfall. Looks to deliver a double suplex to Dragon Lee with Julius. Rey Mysterio then dials up the 619 onto Brodus and Julius. That causes the two men to hang off the top rope by their knees. Dragon Lee connects with a double stomp. Dragon Lee then delivers a sliding splash, tope suicida to Brodus and Julius respectively on opposite sides of the ring. Rey Mysterio sends Julius crashing into the ropes. Rey accidentally sends Brodus crashing into the referee, which the referee then is distracted, causing Chad Gable to get up on the apron and flip Rey's mask around for distraction. Brodus rolls up Rey Mysterio for the win, and American Made get a win on the LWO. This was a really good match. I enjoyed this. And I'm part of a tag match. Unfortunately, I just know when Chad Gable gets involved here. Thanks for joining us here, Blood Money. In case you missed it, I gave 3 predictions for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I said it's either going to be Dakota Kai, Kairi Sane, or Lyra Valkyria. Those are my early predictions, but that depends on. I will have to see what the field looks like because next week a tournament starts. I should have mentioned that. Hopefully. I'm not even. I can't even say hopefully. I know they're going to do the fucking triple threat match stuff again, so I'm not even going to be surprised here. Listen. I can see why they don't want to do the triple threat match on SmackDown side, but you got enough women on Raw to do the triple threat match, not to do the triple threat match, a random or standard singles elimination match. But thanks for joining the stream there, Blood Money. Sorry if I don't see your chat. I'm also reading off my. If I don't see you chat, it's mostly because I'm reading off of my script and notes here for the show here. So, again, I apologize. So then we got the Intercontinental Championship match. Ludwig Kaiser challenging Bron Breaker. This was a banger up until the DQ finish. And my mouse is being fucking weird here. At least I think this was an Intercontinental title match. Was it not an Intercontinental title match? I could have sworn it was. I guess not. But I could have sworn this was Intercontinental title match. Did I miss the part? Did I miss this being an Intercontinental title match? No? Was it not? I guess not. I thought this was an IC title match. My bad. Anyway, this is still a humper. So the bell rings. This match didn't last very long, unfortunately, but it was still great for what we're seeing here. The bell rings. Breaker sends Kaiser crashing into the corner. They connects with a belly-to-belly suplex. Sits Kaiser on the top rope. Kaiser was able to escape traps. Our trips Breaker. But Bron Breaker gets up on his shoulders. Next gets Kaiser up on his shoulders. Next with a gut buster, charges at him outside the ring to do his signature run around the ring spot thing. Kaiser moves out of the way, and Bron Breaker goes crashing midsection first into the announce desk the hard way. Dear God, that had to hurt. That hurt me looking at it. Don't ask me to take that spot because I don't want to take that spot. I like my my midsection. Yeah, that just looked like it hurt. Dear God. So then they go to commercial break here. By the way, the crowd was on fire all night. So good to you. Good to kudos to Glensdale. So we come back from break. Kaiser is starting to wear down Bron Breaker with an abdominal stretch. Fires off some elbows onto Breaker's, I guess, just starts just beating him down with the elbows. Connects with a kick on his chest. Fires back some right hands on his head. Breaker returns the favor. Then follows it up with a power slam. A hurricane run off the top rope does Bron Breaker. Charges at Kaiser. Kaiser intercepts him with a kick. Slides outside the ring. Sheamus then runs out of the ramp. Clocks Kaiser from behind, causing the disqualification. Ends up being a double disqualification. They all three start fighting here. As Sheamus continues to beat down Kaiser, Breaker gets in his face. They start just going at it here. They go to commercial. And then when they come back, they're fighting up the ramp here. You have security breaking off, trying to break everything off here. Adam Pearce comes out, says he's had enough. You three want to beat the shit out of each other so bad. Fine, we're going to do it in Vancouver. Triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship at Survivor Series. Oh my God. Let's fucking go. That should be a banger. That's going to be a humper. I kind of figured that match was going to be added to the show. The other match I'm not so thrilled about being on the show, and I'll explain why in a little bit, but yeah, I thought that was pretty good. This segment was pretty good. The matchup to the finish was pretty good, but this match is going to be a humper, and I can't wait to talk about it on Saturday. That's going to be fantastic here. So, yeah, Sheamus is great. Ludwig Kaiser, I'm glad they're doing something with him other than him being a lackey for Gunther. He's too good. He's too good to be a lackey for anybody. So that's good. And Bron Breaker is fantastic as well. So all parties involved expecting a humper. I fully expect it here. Let's see what we got here. Anything else in the chat here? No, sorry. So we have video capping, two video recaps of the segment from SmackDown where the Bloodline taunting the OG Bloodline for not having a fifth man. Obviously we know Paul Heyman came out to reintroduce CM Punk as the fifth man. We found out on Friday that we're gonna have some type of sit down segment or something. I'm assuming a segment that's gonna be filmed on location or was filmed backstage at SmackDown. That's gonna be airing on SmackDown. Because as far as I know, there was no segment at the tapings for SmackDown last week. So, but apparently there's going to be some type of segment for between Punk and Roman, which should be very, very interesting. I'm very looking forward to see how that goes about here. Obviously, CM Punk being the fifth man for the OG Bloodline, and I got an interesting theory. Actually, got a few one interesting theory, and who I think is going to win on Saturday. That could change depending on how everything goes for the rest of the week, but we'll find out here. So before this match here, we had the Judgment Day trying to do some strategizing, I guess, and then R-Truth gets in there and says, Thanksgiving is over. Or no, excuse me. He said Thanksgiving is canceled. We ain't even family anymore. I fucking died. R-Truth just never changed. R-Truth just never changed. So what was also a very good match? We'll get the New Day. Judgment Day versus the War Raiders for the WWE World Tag Team titles. So this match was actually really, really good. I hated the finish though. So Balor at one point tags back in, delivers his signature elbows to Eric, and Eric levels Balor with a right hand, tags in Ivar. McDonough tags in as well, delivers a sidewalk slam to JD McDonough, charges at him in the corner. JD sees him coming. Then Ivar delivers a senton, tags in Eric. Eric Rose's tosses McDonough over to Ivar. Ivar hits the power slam on him, goes for the pin. Balor breaks up the fall. This is where the match kind of killed it for me. Or this is where it killed this part of here is where it killed the match for me. Carlito Dominic comes down to the ringside, tried to distract here. War Raiders level them. They hit the double team move onto JD McDonough, and I thought this was going to be the end of this godforsaken title run. Nope. Dominic gets JD's foot on the rope. JD and I guess Carlito got ejected. I guess he got caught. Balor so Ivar ascends to the top rope, looks to hit a moonsault. Balor trips in, and JD pins him with a fucking roll up. And unfortunately, the fucking Judgment Day Street Trash people are still the fucking tag team champions. Why? Why must we continue this godforsaken title run with the fucking new Judgment Day? Like, come on. Can we please, for God's sakes, move past the Judgment Day? As we don't need the Judgment Day hogging titles and shit. Like, it's, come on now. I don't know what Triple H's obsession with the Judgment Day is at this point. His favorite members of Judgment Day aren't even in Judgment Day anymore. Yes, I'm including Finn Balor in this too, because it doesn't seem like Finn Balor is one of his favorite toys anymore. That is Damian Priest and that is Rhea Ripley. It's fucking annoying is where it is. And now we're probably going to wait. Now we're not going to probably see the tag team titles be defended again for the next 6 months. This was the time to take the titles off the Judgment Day. If you're going to listen, this is what I don't understand here. If you're going to, you perfectly were fine with doing it a title switch before the day before the Royal Rumble earlier this year with the Kabuki Warriors winning the titles from who the fuck did they win the titles from? Katana Chance and Kato Carter, I believe it was. It gets annoying. It really does get annoying. But what can I do here? I'm over the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day, the cool factor of the Judgment Day is gone. Was eliminated the moment Rhea and Priest were kicked out of the group. And when Balor leaves, who cares about the Judgment Day at that point? Because, you know, sure, Dominic is over, I guess. No one cares about Liv Morgan as champion. Raquel is just there. Carlito is just there. And JD McDonough was only in the group because Finn Balor is in the group. So, anyway. Moving on. So, this segment. Oh boy. So we had the Judgment. So beforehand, before we get to the main event, I'll keep the main event segment and the backstage stuff that they had with that in its thing here. So we had the New Day versus Alpha Academy. Wasn't even a match. The match ended very quickly. Bell rang. Kingston looks to begin the action with I guess Akira Tozawa. Wood tags in himself. It might have been Otis, I guess. But Otis levels him. Kingston clotheslines and delivers the caterpillar to Kingston. Tozawa tags in, sends the top rope, and delivers the senton to Xavier, wins against the clean win. Yep. Now, oh my God, what followed it was some incredible fucking work. Okay, so Woods and Kofi are fighting up the ramp. You know, they're not physically. I mean, not physically, but more verbally is what I'm trying to say. Right, so they're going off. Woods is like complaining, like, "What are you doing? What the hell was that out there, man?" And Kofi is like, you know, "I've had your back for many, many years. I'm the one who decided to give my Intercontinental title shot up for you. And you fumbled that. You fumbled the crown. You want to know?" He's like, "You want to know the reason why Biggie and I never let you call the shots? It's because you are basically a failure at this point," or something along the lines of oh my God, what exactly was the line that he said? He said, oh my God, what's the line? It's escaping me now. Oh, you're reckless. You take unnecessary risks, is what he said. And Woods fires back, I'm reckless? I'm reckless? You weren't nothing until I got into this group. You won the WWE Championship and lost it in 6 seconds because of me. And Kofi had the most coldest line that I've ever heard, and said, and he said, and it was I fucking like, I'm like, Jesus Christ. He said, I was a WWE Hall of Famer before you met me. So don't come at me. So don't sit here and tell me that I needed you. He said, I don't want to hear you go on about championships when you still have not won a singles championship in your entire career. And I'm like, oh my God. This was good. This was good shit. They're just going at it here. You know, the Brock Lesnar line, I know some people are going like, oh my God, they're mentioning Brock Lesnar again. I'm like, no, they mentioned Brock Lesnar so they can fit the story that they're trying to tell here. This is not the first time this has happened. When they were, I think it was a Cody Rhodes segment, and I can't remember which segment it was, but I know it was a Cody Rhodes promo. And they said, oh my God, what was it? I believe it was either Rollins. I think Rollins mentioned about slaying beasts, and so did Cody. Or no, I think it might have been just Rollins. Mentioned something about slaying beasts. Now, what's up, John Elite? Welcome to the stream here. It says, I want the old Finn Balor back, wearing the trunks and doing the arms, and so we might get that. We don't know. they've been teasing the demon stuff for a while now. When are we gonna get this Finn Balor Damian Priest match? Have we even gotten that match yet? Did we get that match already? Hold on, I feel like we've gotten this match already. Hang on a second. Bad Blood. Let me see. Yeah, did we? I could have sworn. Did we not get this match already? We did. And I didn't. Okay. See, it was so forgettable that I forgot about it already. Yeah, the Brock reference was crazy. I agree, John Elite. But it served its purpose. It's kind of like what I think it was like the Seth Rollins thing where he was feuding with Bronson Reed and when he mentioned something about slaying beasts and stuff. Obviously, if you're gonna tell this storyline here with Kofi and Woods, if you're gonna bring up Woods losing the WWE Championship, you gotta. I think this may have been the first time by name Brock Lesnar's been mentioned. But obviously, yeah. I don't think if I'm being honest here, even when the allegations are done, I don't see Brock Lesnar coming back. Period. But if I'm being honest, we don't need WWE's been fine without Brock, so we don't need Brock. So, but yeah, they said see you next week. Next week they got a New Day reunion thing, and I don't know which way they're gonna go. For months I was convinced that they were gonna go in the Xavier going heel route, but I don't know. They could go with Kofi. I loved Kofi's intensity in this promo. I loved Woods' intensity in the promo. I want to see more of this. This is the type of New Day I've been wanting to see. Not this. Oh, I'm gonna shake my booty and throw pancakes and say bootio cereal and shit like that. And sure, comedy New Day was a lot of fun. I will admit that. But this is the type of stuff I want to see from the New Day, right? So I'm glad they're doing something. This is the first time in a long time that I've been remotely interested in something New Day related, which is sad to say because I love the New Day. I love all three members involved. Again, wishing Big E well. I would love to see Big E back. I don't know. I know Big E's going to be on the show now. I'm almost positive Big E's going to be making an appearance at some point here. I wouldn't at all be surprised if when Big E shows up, one of the two members turns on Big E, and that's how we get the heel turn. We're getting something. I'm very looking forward to next week's Raw when it comes to that here. John Elite says, I think with Cody and Seth, they reference Brock saying, yeah, that's what I was saying. Something like that. It's saying the Beast. I don't remember what promo it was for Cody, but I know for a fact that the Rollins one was because he was talking about Bronson Reed. So, but yeah, let me know in the chat what you guys thought about the more so the New Day backstage segment, because that was excellent stuff. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that next week. So that should be a lot of fun. All right, so the Final Testament. Now, this is something this might have irked me a little bit, and I've been a big proponent of what's going on with the Wyatt Six. I love their debut. I've loved the matches that they've had mainly because Big E tries to play Peacemaker. Not John. He's not taking John Cena's spot, but playing Peacemaker, trying to see. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. But back to the Wyatt Six. So, like I said, I've enjoyed the Wyatt Six matches because they're not the spooky. I'm invincible, and I can't lose and I can't feel pain. It's not the Fiend shit, which I'm glad they're not doing. I don't know. I'm very curious if Bray Wyatt would have wanted to do a more laid back, more what's the word I'm looking for? More humanized versions of his characters, because this is what I wanted from the Fiend, and we're getting that with Howdy and Gacy, Loomis, Rowan, and Nikki Cross even. But this might have been the weakest of the segments I've seen with the Wyatt Six. Kind of was a letdown. So, the final testament, Cross, Akam, and Razor, they leave with the Miz to search for the Wyatts, leaving Scarlett behind. Scarlett gets get ready. You guys put some makeup on, and looks in the mirror. Nikki Cross. I agree. The segment for the women's title reveal was should have been just done on the show itself. It was very weird that I don't understand why they did it that way. I mean, if you're gonna do that, you should have just did the same way that they did with the Nick Aldis. But yeah. So, like I said, Scarlett was in the mirror doing, I guess, her makeup and stuff. Oh, somebody opens the door. It's Nikki Cross, and then we go to commercial break. We come back. Miz is like, or Cross is like, we've took them now once before. If they show up again, we'll just do the same thing. Miz goes to open the door, and Cross is like, no, knock first. He knocks. Cross then goes, hey babe. Knocks again, opens the door. Scarlett's on the floor. He goes to pick her up, and Scarlett's losing her mind and whatnot. And Cross asks, "Who did this?" And she was like, "Nikki Cross." And we see on the mirror, which was a tweet that came out from the Wyatt Six earlier. So it was sort of like that. It was a tweet that says, "Everyone has something to lose." And I don't know what the hell this means here, but what? Fuck. Oh, Sean Ross tweeted something to me. So when? Man, people be weird. Yeah, man. Why are people so obsessed with Sean Ross? Leave the dude alone. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, what was I even talking about? Oh, the Wyatts. So yeah, this was kind of lame. I'm sort of upset that because I was like, this would be a perfect match to have on the Survivor Series card as a Survivor Series match. Now, of course, they couldn't do the traditional 5-on-5 thing. Could have been very weird to do a 5-on-5 match with 4 guys and 2 girls. I don't know if that would be, because let's say they did that and Nikki Cross got eliminated. Would that have meant that Scarlett is eliminated too? I mean, you can do a 4-on-4 elimination match. I mean, you can do them in the 2K games. But no, they thought for whatever reason to have a what the fuck am I talking about? Not Intercontinental. What's the U.S. title? I couldn't think of the damn title name. The Intercontinental. No, not that one either. United States Championship, LA Knight and Shinsuke Nakamura. Listen, I love Shinsuke. I like LA Knight. I don't love LA Knight like everyone else does. He's doable. He's a much better U.S. champion than fucking Logan Paul. I'll tell you that one. But Nakamura just came back. Has done 2 things with LA Knight. Sure, he did the little promo on SmackDown, but Nakamura really hasn't earned the title match. At least with the U.S. title, not the U.S., the Intercontinental title match that's happening on Saturday. At least they're fighting over it. Ludwig got involved in the Intercontinental title match with Sheamus and Bron. Bron Breaker, and then Sheamus returned the favor. So this is how we got to the triple threat match on Saturday. Why are we getting this match here with Nakamura and LA Knight? Save it. Could have put the Wyatts versus the Final Testament on here, right? I don't know. I wouldn't go that far, John, because the Hogan Warrior shit from WCW was fucking atrocious, and I like to occasionally want to just wipe it out of my memory, like completely. I would like to wipe a lot of 1998 WCW out of my memory. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. Let's just leave it at that. But, yeah, I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about them immediately jumping to Nakamura versus LA. And I also know Nakamura's going to win. So why should I care? This is the one thing I need Triple H to understand. If you're going to give me this cool looking Nakamura, dude, this cool Nakamura promos, you've got to actually have him win the feud. You did this with Seth Rollins. You did this with Dakota Rhodes, and I feel like one name that would have benefited a move to NXT and from the main roster, it is Shinsuke Nakamura, but we'll see. I don't know. Main event was the Bianca Belair, Nia Jax Women's WarGames advantage match. So early in the night, we saw a segment. Yeah, which is sad to say there, John, because Shinsuke deserved something, right? I was one of those people. A lot of people actually were. When I wasn't the only one, there was a lot of people that said when Triple H took over, Nakamura was gonna finally get his just dues. And we haven't seen it, unfortunately, which sucks because Shinsuke is a fantastic pro wrestler, right? I believe he's 45 now. Don't quote me on that one. Let me see. I believe he's 45 now. Oh, he's 44. He turned 45 in February. Yeah. So I don't know. But anyways, so earlier in the night, we saw Bianca Belair getting ready for her match. We see Naomi, the most well. I'll talk about Naomi's Twitter rants in a little bit because they're very obviously they're storyline related, but they're not legitimate rants. They're obviously related to the storyline. But Naomi gets in there, starting to talk here about I'll talk about why her statement was very interesting. Again, so Bianca's like, I hope Bianca Jade's all right and all stuff. She got taken out, but I also need to focus on my match tonight here. We got to find out who we're going to get as our fifth woman for WarGames. Io walks in, and I love Io so much. How sweet do you have to have of a friendship do you have to have for your best friend to nominate you as your fifth woman for the Survivor Series team? She immediately is like, I know. How about Kairi Sane? I'm like, oh, never change. Never change. The friendship those two have is unbelievable. And Bianca's like, I don't know. I'm still not trusting. I mean, to be fair, I don't know how you can't really trust. I don't know how you can't really trust Kairi that much. Let me phrase that. I don't know how you can't not trust or can't not trust. I think that's the right saying. Kairi, because she wasn't really there for majority of your beating the shit out of the Damage Control. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't know, but then the day Naomi's like, well, how about Bailey? and Bianca's like, nah, girl. And I loved Io's reaction. She had this look of, well, I won't. It's not exactly the same look, but it's similar. Which let me see if I can find it here. It's kind of similar here, but not really. Which was this one right here, which I thought was pretty funny. It's sort of a similar look, but it's not really the look that she gave, which was basically this, where she was like, that was basically what the look she gave, which for podcast listeners, it's the look of, the fuck are you going, what? Which I thought was pretty funny. She had some flashbacks of her beating the shit out of Bailey. Yeah. So that was set up there. And then we get to our main event here. Matches are all right. It was like nothing spectacular here. But obviously, near the end of the, so I'll just skip to the end of the match here. So Nia Jax lands a Samoan drop onto Bianca, sets up for the Annihilator, but Bianca sees it, sees Jax coming, pulls her off the ropes with an impressive German suplex, exposing the top turnbuckle in the process. Bianca pins Nia Jax. Jax kicks out. Bianca looks to get her up on the shoulders. Nia Jax escapes, delivers a splash to Bianca into the corner with the exposed turnbuckle. Lands one on her in the opposite corner, that being the splash. Clears the announce desk, which for some reason they decided to do that. Which WWE thoughtfully decided to put back up after the Gunther and Priest segment. Nia Jax delivers a Samoan drop to Bianca on the announce table. Doesn't break, by the way. Referee starts counting the 10, which I don't know when they didn't start, but then sends Bianca crashing into the steps. Bailey appears to trip Nia Jax, sends her crashing into the top turnbuckle in the process, though I'm assuming the one that was exposed. Belair takes the advantage, hits a 450 splash off the top rope onto Nia Jax to get the win, and the babyfaces weirdly get the opening thing here, which is very interesting to me, but we'll see about that. So yeah, Raw overall, I thought was a fun show, much better than AEW Dynamite last week. That's how you do a go home show, my friend. I don't know what the fuck that was on Dynamite last week. I can't tell you about that. So, by the way, they did announce the Continental Classic stuff, but I'm going to save that talk for Pile Driver Pulse on Thursday. No, well, I might do one tomorrow. I don't know. I will debate whether or not I'm going to do a standalone NXT review, or I'm going to lump it in with the Pile Driver Pulse. I'll let you guys know on that tomorrow. But here is the full card now for Survivor Series. We have the Intercontinental Championship triple threat match: Bron Breaker versus Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser. I'm currently going to go with Bron Breaker to retain the Intercontinental Championship. We have LA Knight defending the United States Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm gonna unfortunately go with LA Knight to get the win here, but I would not be surprised if they somehow have Nakamura cheat to win the championship. We'll see on that. That will depend on what happens on Friday. We got the World Heavyweight Championship, Gunther defending against Damian Priest. Gunther should be retaining here, but I think Gunther's going to hold on to the championship at least till the Royal Rumble, if not Saturday night's main event. I just, for some weird reason, I do not see Gunther walking into WrestleMania as the champion. I don't know why. Just something is telling me that Gunther's going to lose the title before we get to WrestleMania. But I think my original thought process was that Gunther was going to hold on to the championship going into WrestleMania. And then my original pick to win the men's Royal Rumble was Ilya Dragunov, but Ilya got hurt at a house show. Funny enough, in a match with Gunther. So that obviously kind of fucked everything up here. John Elite says, do you think Sheamus will ever get the IC title before he hangs up the boot? I would say so. If it were me, I don't know who would have the Intercontinental Championship going into WrestleMania, but I wouldn't be opposed to them just strapping the title to Sheamus at WrestleMania. Unless, and just hear me out, unless they do Backlash in Ireland next year or something. If they do a show in Ireland and you have, Sheamus win it there, who knows? We'll see there on that here. But right now I'm going to go with Gunther retaining here because obviously I think they're going to set up Gunther. Supposedly just do wrestle CM Punk possibly at I'm going to say Madison Square Garden at oh my God, what's that damn show? Saturday night's main event. Women's WarGames. Team Rhea Ripley with Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Bayley. Now that's official. WWE decided just to wait it out. It's Bayley and Naomi. They're going to take on Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. What should happen here is the babyface is going over for several different reasons. First reason is this is Rhea Ripley's technically her first match since, I want to say, did she wrestle at Crown Jewel? No, she didn't. This would be Rhea's first match as Bad Blood. And her first, I believe this would be her first match. Let me see, actually. Let me see. Rhea Ripley cage match. I know. I have to go to cage match to look the stuff up there. Yeah, I'm almost positive it was Bad Blood. No. Okay, so this is her first. Yeah, so this is so her first match since October the 7th, which was that tag match with Tiffany Stratton and all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with the babyface team here. I'm gonna go with Rhea to get the win on. Rhea to get her. I think Rhea's gonna pin Raquel, just so he can get that out of the way here. Set that unfortunate matchup, and then I think this is gonna be a first. I think after the match, Tiffany Stratton's gonna cash in Money in the Bank, and she's gonna walk away out of Vancouver as the WWE Women's Champion. I think that's a real possibility, and I'm gonna say it. I think that's what's gonna happen. I mean that's my personal opinion because obviously you shouldn't be pinning your number one contender first of all, that being Io Sky. Io Sky is probably gonna be challenging for that championship at probably. I want to say probably. Yeah, I would say Saturday night's main event because I think Rhea is going to get her rematch either at the Raw's debut on Netflix or the Royal Rumble. Again, I just cannot foresee this program going on to WrestleMania. Anyway, speaking of Bayley and Naomi, so Naomi has been on social media trying to clear her name. Not once have I seen a tweet from her saying, what did I say? What was it I said? Let me see if we can find it. I'm going to find my tweet that I had put out. I said, oh, she said, so it said, and when my name gets cleared, I expect my timeline to be flooded with apologies from accusers because I, quote, in big capital letters, did not try to end my sis. And then I responded, that's exactly what someone who did it would say. And I said, what was it I said here? She seems more concerned. She seems more concerned about. She seems less concerned. Oh, no, I'm sorry. She can seem concerned. I can't talk tonight. She seems more, or she seems none too concerned about her friend and more about clearing her name. I saw some people saying, you know, yes, he has been in every WarGames match. She is dubbed Miss WarGames. She was in the first one. She is she's been in every one, but her winning percentage of WarGames is not very good. She's won only one WarGames match, which was the one that the NXT 2.0 one, which was the second one. No, it's the third one. And she was with Cora Jade, I believe it was, on that one. But she's lost the other ones, unfortunately. She even lost the one when she was the NXT Women's Champion. So, but I'm picking the babyfaces teams to win here. Anyways, back to my Naomi thing. So, oh my God, what was that? See, now I got distracted there. So people were trying to explain. Were like, well, it's Bianca, obviously. Well, no, Bianca was in the match, wrestling a match when this took place here. And who just happens to be at the crime scene when Bianca shows up? None other than Naomi and Bayley. Now, I say Bayley, listen, Bianca is already thrown Bayley under the bus because obviously she doesn't trust her because of the damage control stuff, which is understandable. I get it. But again, I've not seen one tweet from Naomi trying to say, I'm very concerned for Jade, not once. And then she's out here pointing fingers at everybody else, right? And I'm like, come on now. And then you saw the photo from SmackDown this past week where Bayley's hugging her and she has the side-eye look on her face. Let's be 100% honest here. We know the finals of the Women's United States Championship is going to be Bayley and Naomi. Naomi is going to be not only is she winning the championship, she's going to turn on Bayley. Naomi's turning heel. It was Naomi. Let's be 100%. Let's be 100% honest with ourselves here. And, I love a who's done it thing. One of my favorite who done it stories in WWE, the most recent memory, is the one from NXT where Aleister Black had to. He didn't vacate because he lost the title, but it was supposed to be him, Ciampa, and Gargano in a three-way. It was supposed to be the first triple threat match for the NXT Championship at Takeover Brooklyn, and what was it? Who got? I believe in a live event match with Ciampa that Black tore his groin and had to miss a couple. I think it was like a month or so of action, and then they had the storyline of who attacked Aleister Black in the parking lot, which ended up being Johnny Gargano, and we got that awesome match at TakeOver that year at WarGames. So again, I like a who's done it storyline. With the Aleister Black one, it wasn't clear cut. Because I assumed it was I assumed it was Tommaso Ciampa from the start, but it ended up being surprisingly Johnny Gargano. But here, they've made it very fucking obvious that's going to be Naomi. So, no, Charlotte Flair is not coming back, by the way. Not yet. Don't worry. her Charlotte in the bank is looming around somewhere, but yeah, that is what I got there. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the babyface team here, win here. We got Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, the Usos, and CM Punk taking on Solo Sikoa, Tanga Loa, Jacob Fatu, and Bronson Reed. We did find out officially now we're going to have, I believe it's going to be Jey Uso and Jacob Fatu for the men's WarGames advantage. It's going to be Jacob Fatu's first televised singles match in WWE. His first singles match happened with Cody Rhodes a few weeks ago on a Raw show in a dark match. So very happy to see Jacob Fatu finally getting singles matches. So I'm seated for that. Obviously, we're also going to have Punk and Roman sit down as well. So some type of interview here. I don't think the OG Bloodline is going to get the win here. I made a bold prediction on Twitter earlier today, and I said, hear me out. Let me see if I can find it here. I know I made the tweet here. I said, hear me out. Jacob Fatu pins CM Punk. And you're probably wondering, like, oh my God. What? Can you imagine what it would do for the career of Jacob Fatu if he pinned CM Punk? By the way, not one Seth Rollins appearance on the show. You would have thought that Seth Rollins would have appeared backstage with the Usos and Sami and Jay. Or no, Sami and the Usos and Jay, right? Nope, Sami and the Usos. He didn't. Punk wasn't there either, which is very weird. So this is very interesting to me. So the reason I said, Jacob Fatu pinning CM Punk would have been great for his career, I don't know. I just have this weird feeling that they're not going to, that the Bloodline's going to get the new Bloodline's going to get the win here. Do they need it? No, but it would further a lot of storylines if they did lose. I don't know if the OG Bloodline with CM Punk winning would work storyline wise, because then you can have, them gloat about pinning CM Punk. You can also have Roman get pissed off that they brought in CM Punk. He's not only is he selfish in his eyes, they cost him the match. So there's a lot of things you can work with here. Now the other idea I brought up is currently the current arch rivalry of Seth Rollins is Bronson Reed, and I would love nothing more for if they had just gave the win to Bronson Reed and he pinned CM Punk, because what would also piss off Rollins even more is not only is CM Punk in the match, but his new arch rival of Bronson Reed pinning CM Punk would also piss him off. There's a lot of ways you can go with it here. But I am going with the current Bloodline to get the win here. Unless something, again, this could change come Friday, but we'll see. We'll see on that here. But yeah, that's pretty much it, what I have here for this show here. Overall, I thought it was a very solid episode of Monday Night Raw for a go-home show. Again, this is one thing Tony Khan doesn't even get. He's not very good when it comes to go-home shows, and it's very obvious by that point. So, yeah. But what's happening this week, I'm hopefully thinking about either I'm going to let you guys know tomorrow whether or not I'm going to do just Seth attack Punk after WarGames. I don't think so. I don't think we see Seth Rollins again until Saturday night's main event when Punk challenges Gunther for the championship. And then Seth costs Punk the title, which would then set up the program for Rollins and Punk. Because I think personally, I would put the title back on Rollins just to do Rollins and Punk for the title. But something tells me they're going to have Rollins and Punk eliminate each other from the Royal Rumble. So we'll see on that one here. Also, I have this weird feeling that Paul Heyman's not going to go back with Roman Reigns if there's WarGames over. Because if you saw the clip, WWE posted on, I want to say, Instagram. As CM Punk is leaving, guess who's flanked right next to him? Paul Heyman. They walk off together. Roman Reigns is all the way in the back. Paul Heyman does not walk off with Roman Reigns. There's a good chance that Paul Heyman might go back to CM Punk, but we'll see. I guess I will see on that hand. But tomorrow, I'll let you guys know whether or not I'm going to do an NXT review separate, solo, or not solo, but like standalone, or if I'm just going to lump it in with a Pile Driver Pulse episode, because I do want to talk about the Continental Classic. I do want to give my thoughts on WarGames on Full Gear, and I also want to give my thoughts on the updated stuff with the not the 5-star Grand Prix. What was this? But the Goddess Tag League, which a shock win happened yesterday, by the way. Okay, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, no, it was yesterday. Nope, it was Saturday. Which surprised me, but unfortunately, the team I was rooting for got eliminated minutes later. So we'll talk about that. He says, John Elite says, has Heyman worn a t-shirt under the jacket before Friday? Probably. I mean, technically he's done it before when he ran ECW. So yes. But yeah. So again, I'll let you guys know then. There might not be anything on Thursday because obviously it's going to be Thanksgiving. So I'll let you guys know on that here. Friday we got the SmackDown review, the Go Home show for Survivor Series, and I will be back here Saturday night with a Survivor Series review, which I am very excited about. This show outside the United States Championship match, which it should be a good match still, but we'll see. But yeah, Pile Driver Pulse. I might just do a Pile Driver Pulse tomorrow because like I said, I want to talk about the Continental Classic. My thoughts on WarGames, Full Gear, and the Goss Tag League. Some notes on the World Tag League and stuff like that. Also Kenny Omega, his first match since when was his last match? Oh my God. Kenny Omega. I gotta look this shit up sometimes. Kenny Omega's last match was okay. So, oh my God, Kenny Omega's last match was against Ethan Page. Wow. So Kenny Omega's first match since Ethan Page was announced, which was on December 5th, 2023. Wow. That was a long ass. That was almost a year ago. He will be wrestling Gabe Kidd at Wrestle Kingdom. No, is it Wrestle Kingdom or is it Wrestle Dynasty? That match is happening on Wrestle Kingdom. It's either Wrestle Dynasty or Wrestle Kingdom. It's Wrestle Dynasty. Okay. For some reason, I thought it was Wrestle Kingdom, and I have no idea why. Also, we found out a few names for the International Women's Cup as well. You're gonna have 4 names from AEW, 4 from CMLL, 4 from Ring of Honor, 4 from Stardom, and the winner of those matches will go in a fatal 4-way, and the winner will receive a championship match of their from their participating promotion of their choosing. So I'm assuming that means, let's say, I'm just going to throw a name there. I'm just going to throw a name there. Starlight Kid, and she wins it. I'm assuming that means she gets a shot at any title in Stardom. I could be wrong here. I don't know. I'll answer those questions about Sonata and the strong title stuff tomorrow, possibly tomorrow for the Pile Driver Pulse. But again, I want to thank you. Thanks to John Elite for stopping by on the Misfit Wrestling Podcast, the Raw review. Again, I will see you guys back here tomorrow for either a SmackDown review or just a Pile Driver Pulse, and I put it all together. Again, I'll let you guys know on the social medias. I forgot to play the ad tonight. I'm not going to tonight. I'm just gonna let you guys know. But December 27th, Iron Roses, Steamheart Chronicles, pre-order on Bandcamp right now. My friend Yumi does amazing work here. She even did a song for one of my created wrestlers on WWE 2K24. So thank you, Yumi, for that one. You are a lifesaver for some things. Obviously, she also did a closing song for this show. So we're gonna go to it here. I have been Matt the Misfit. This episode of Raw most likely will be up sometime tomorrow. I'll try putting up both the SmackDown review and the Raw review up to sometime tomorrow, at least before NXT. NXT tomorrow, we got qualifying matches, by the way. We've got Julia and Kalani Jordan, and I believe there might be one on the women's side. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to look that up here. But, yeah. Until then, we're out. Peace. And have a happy, safe Thanksgiving. Good night, everybody.